for the three underground, sort of lost, surrounded by danger, tonight things could be
getting dicey.
Outro.
Yeah, I did. Thank you very much. We've got that all ready for when we wrap up. Okay, you guys should be on the battle map now. Let's just get some nice cave sounds going.
So, just to quickly recap the situation right now, we've been battling these little stone monsters, these tiny little mischievous stone monsters, one of which has grabbed Lovejoy's purse. Gildan is hanging by a like kind of a Tom Cruise style Mission Impossible sheer rock face like that, while some pebble creatures are trying to throw stuff at him to knock him down.
Correct.
One of them has been transformed into a long stone plank with my purse on the end of it, but that doesn't quite reach the other side.
Yeah.
And Lovejoy and Biko have been running through the cave, and there's a gap, isn't there? Like a small crevasse.
So the crevasse between where Gildan is and where Lovejoy is standing. Lovejoy is standing on a smoothed out sort of platform, and 10 meters across the ravine is Gildan holding on to this wall, and it needs to. He managed to sort of get some height on that jump as well, but there's about another 5 foot above him before it reaches the top of that next ledge. Both Gildan and Biko have taken a bit of damage, I believe. We're at the top of the order with Gildan.
Right. So, are they? Last time I attacked them, I prayed and did a magic attack.
Oh, you did Word of Radiance. Oh, maybe did we finish on your? Maybe it's the next. And I think you were the last.
I think I did, actually. And it just did 1 point of damage.
Yeah, you did this Word of Radiance up at the two sort of standing above you. One of them saved, and the other one took a point of damage, I believe.
Yes.
Let's move on with the.
Oh, so it's not my. Okay.
No, we're back at.
Right, I got you.
We're at Biko now, who's just sort of caught up to the group, and he's heard this these 3-foot stone clusters stomping down the cave stonework behind him.
All right, so Biko's going to look around ahead of him, see his friends there with the animated stone clusters sort of bearing down on them, and he's going to look behind him and see that the stone cluster is still chasing him, and he's stressing for his friends at this point. And he's going to remember the previous interaction he had with the animated stone cluster and going to spool himself up, and he's going to ready his fist, and he's going to be like, hammer! And he's going to move quickly towards the animated stone cluster.
Oh.
And he's going to hammer! And then just before he punches it, he's going to pick up the dagger he got last time and go, and chisel! And
Nice.
attack with his dagger into the animated stone cluster.
The hammer and chisel move, I love it. Give us a roll to hit. What do we got there?
It's a 13 with
13.
the clicky of the button.
Total, so 9 plus 4. It's a miss. It's just, it just sort of like glances off its sort of stone shoulder, not doing any damage. And now you're sort of face to face with this creature.
Biko's just going to spit incoherently at it.
Okay, great. Lovejoy, we're back with you. So you've seen after that move of turning, using Mold Earth to turn that creature into this pole, it's still alive in some strange format as well, but it's hanging this pouch off the edge of it, about 5 feet up and 5 feet across from you in the middle of this ravine.
5 feet, you reckon?
Yeah.
5 feet.
Oh, wait, sorry. The ledge is 10 feet. It's 10 foot up, but 5 foot away kind of thing. So it's
10 foot up now?
It's always been. The
Wow.
difference in height is 10 foot.
Okay. I'm going to need some sort of... don't know if anyone's seen the movie Space Jam. No. It's like, God, do I go for the pouch? Do I try and like? No, I can't. I can't even jump 10 foot, so it's not going to happen. I guess
You
what I'm
can
going to have
jump
to
your height?
No,
Oh,
so
not your height. You can jump your strength or something vertically.
vertically
not
is
5 foot out.
your modifier is how high you can jump plus
Oh,
3.
That's sad.
And then distance is like your strength score, I think, if you have a 10-foot run up. So 2 different
You
ways.
need one of those things that old people have. You know, those hands on a
Is it
The
with-
grabber.
You know,
Yeah.
a grabber. Yeah.
Is there any because there was some wood that they pulled across, right? Is there any wooden planks lying around that look like they'd be, still quite long? Like, maybe not long enough to get across the ravine, but like a stick or a plank, like a bit of 2x4.
Yeah. Yeah, you can spend your turn investigating for wood if you like, or you can use your action to do that. And you'd still have your bonus
Okay.
action and movement.
Well, I'll do that then. I think.
Okay.
I'll do that 'cause I don't think I'm going to get a better move here to try and get my purse back, and that's the name of the game right now.
Okay. Yeah, give us an investigation roll then. So you are looking around. You can see there are bits of wood, but you're being a little frantic. So you just take a moment to take a breath and see if you can find something a decent length.
2x4, like it's Bunnings. Things are hard to find in Bunnings as well.
I'm very sorry, Reagan, but my my D&D Beyond is not playing ball. I've got no actions that I can do on it. That's really weird. Hang on, I'll just have to open up my character sheet and roll 20.
Oh, nothing's in roll 20 as far as your character sheets. It's
Oh
just,
shit. Okay. Well, I've got a what's investigation? I've got a +4 on
Okay.
that, so I'll just give you a D20.
yeah. Give us a d20 plus 4.
That didn't come through, did it? Oh, it was a 6 anyway. So
You came
10.
through on. Oh.
Yeah.
I think you have to click features and traits.
If you
and it will
right.
sync up again.
Anyway, with a roll of a 10, you do find some wood, but nothing sort of is going to be reaching. Although the longer pieces have been pulled over to that other side opposing you, you find something that's maybe 3 foot in length, and maybe I'm thinking like arm length, right? Arm length plus 3 foot plus your height. You might get close if you.
I know what I'll do. I'll like when you get a cricket ball stuck in a tree when you're a kid and you just start throwing shit randomly at it to try and knock it out. Oh no, I won't do that. I won't do that because then the purse will drop. No,
Directly above the
forget it.
ravine.
What I'm going to do instead is with the piece of wood that I found, I'm going to throw it across the ravine at one of the stone creatures.
Okay.
I hope this hits me.
I'll give me a roll to hit. It's kind of giving you 2 actions, but I'll let it to give us a roll to hit.
What, like an unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Oh dear. It's a net 1.
Well, it was about to happen. Sooner or later.
Give me
+2.
Give me a D100 so we can see how bad this crit fail is.
All right, I will.
It's going to wedge itself directly in my buttocks.
I'm going to roll it and roll 20 this time so you can see the D100.
Oh, yeah, cool.
53.
It's not too bad. It slams. It doesn't get nearly as high as you wanted. It slams right next to Gildan's head, push, and sort of splinters off Gildan. You just kind of like flinch for a minute, not sure.
So sorry, Gildan.
Not sure what that was.
Keep trying. It was good. It was good. A little bit higher. A little bit.
Okay, anything?
Turn.
Okay, great. It is the stones moves. Anything that is stone, it is their turn. Bigo, we'll start with the one that's up against you at the moment. It just reaches out to shove you back. So you can either contest it with a dodge using like a dex save, or you can contest it with strength if you kind of want to stand your ground.
Yeah, Biko's gonna remember his friends behind him and is gonna sort of wedge his feet down and try and just muscle against it. Strength save button?
Yeah, that's the one.
Biko rolls a total of 20.
Was it a... This creature rolled a nat 20.
What?
Yeah, thankfully it's not a damaging. It's just he pushes you back 5 foot. You like think you've got it. You just like find a lower center of gravity, go to lean into it, and it just like easily just pushes you, kaboosh, stone hand into your chest and pushes you back 5 foot. And it stands there just sort of like pointing toward, like past you, as if it's demanding or enforcing for you to continue into the cave. There's another growl coming from the cave, deeper into the cave. The stone cluster that got damaged from you, Gildan, picks up a small stone and throws it down at you. It has rolled a 17.
Oh, I have an AC of 18.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. That just sort of like just bounces off your armor or glances off your armor without doing any sort of damage to you, which is great. And you can see concern. Well, this is like concern. It's how intelligent. These guys are not dumb. They're not super smart, but they can see that the friend has been sort of turned into this weird pole. And it starts grabbing onto this pole and starts dragging it across onto their side as well. Grabs the money pouch.
And get the money.
And starts sort of sprinting in this weird kind of haphazard, bouncy manner down into the cave behind. Gildan.
Oh my god. I'm disappointed that the money was so close and now it's been taken. I'm going to try and climb up.
Okay.
That creature's getting long.
Yeah, this is the creature that got pulled, turned into a pole and then pulled over onto the side of the thing. Give us a, I guess an athletics roll.
Athletics?
To climb up the
I can do it.
The cave wall.
So, okay, there's the button. Clicked it. Will anything happen?
There's nothing working in... Oh, no, there we go.
There it goes. 14 plus 1.
Okay, yeah, great.
15.
That's more than enough. You can sort of choose which sort of path you're taking up, where you want to appear on that sort of edge of the cliff there.
Okay. So, can I get up here next to the... Because it's a pole thing.
Yeah. It's just lying prone on the ground, this pole thing. It's still got its little arms and legs forming parts of it, like almost like it has just been stretched in the y-axis.
Right. But it is having trouble doing anything.
Yes, right? Yeah. It's just lying prone on the ground, sort of flailing about.
I might just move over it then, so
Okay.
I'm behind the one was blocking me, and
Okay,
I'm going
cool.
to say, very sorry about this. I'm going to pray to Pilor. Pilor, please use your power and do what you think would be a good idea to do these things, and Word of Radiance will happen.
That was beautifully spoken.
Yeah. He's a man of, like, a very eloquent man.
Who's this
Words.
targeting?
It will target anyone within 5 feet, so it'll be both of these things.
Oh, okay, cool. And
I
it's
have to do a DC Constitution saving throw of
okay.
13, and a burning radiance erupts from me and each creature that I choose.
Okay, so
Do a roll.
the one behind you, the one that's been lobbing stones at you, one that you've already damaged, has rolled an 18, but the one that is prone rolled a 10.
Okay, so that takes 6 radiant damage.
Okay. It's just sort of like in its garbled little voice, it's screaming, and you can see that all the rocks that make up its form are shaking a little bit now, as if they're about to like separate. But it is still, for what you can see, alive at the moment. What you can see now that you're at this new vantage point is this huge opening beyond where you're currently standing, and one of the small stone clusters is making its way, running down towards the center of it. This room seems to be as tall as it is wide, and at its center, 30 foot below where you're currently standing, is this 20-foot diameter pool, and it's just got this really soft blue glow coming out of it. So you can't see too far with the candle on that you're using in your helmet, but the glow from this pool is radiating a little bit this room, and you can hear just in the darkness, sort of off to the northwest of this room, you can hear that growling continue.
Oh, the growling is coming from the direction of the pole, is it?
The northwest of
beyond
this
that?
area. So sort of, if you take a look
okay.
at the map over
Into
here,
the
over this
darkness.
area,
Was that for me anyway? Okay.
yeah, it's dark, pitch black for you. Anything else from Gildan?
Well, I would like to see if there those planks that they pulled over, because next, I'd like to put those planks back, but
Yeah.
done
So
action.
the planks are on this area that you have now found yourself. So it would take an action to get a couple of these back in place.
okay, I'm going to say get ready. I'm going to move the planks, but obviously I can't do it right now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Biko, back with you. So you've just been shoved back, and this stone creature is now pointing further, like over your shoulder towards the back of the cave.
Biko's pretty furious that he managed to get out strengthened by some rocks, but he saw that no one really noticed that, so he's okay. And there's a step just in front of this animated stone cluster. He's going to time it, so he's going to rush in a little bit and then go, Biko, stab! And then stab him underneath the chin as it hopefully will continue to move forward towards him.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Give us another roll to hit.
And click. Biko rolls a total of 11.
It just parries away your dagger as it comes up towards it, and it continues its point over your shoulder down towards the back of the cave. Anything else from Biko?
Biko thinks that Biko Stab was a terrible name for a move, and he's going to try and remember not to use that one.
Okay. Lovejoy.
I've lost track of my person in all of this with the pole monster,
Sure.
which I'm calling it now. Can I spot where the purse is laying now?
So what you saw was that pole being dragged back away, getting further and further away from you, the pouch on its end, and then you saw one of the other creatures pick it up and sprint off out of view.
Damn it! Boy, these monsters really like money. I wish I had something useful to do, but I'm kind of stuck at this ravine in this like absolute fury. I've got an animated stone cluster within striking distance, so I'm just going to ray of frost that mofo.
Okay, cool. Give us a roll to hit.
That should work. 13 all up.
13 does not
Right?
does not work. It just
Pretty good.
soars, just like your previous shot, just soars over and illuminates above it and past it as it flashes open. What I will say though is, Gildan, what you see as Ray of Frost flies over and illuminates the room. As you can see now, just for a brief moment, give me a perception roll, and I'll tell you how much
so
of what
close.
how much of what you saw.
Oh, a 3 plus
Fuck
3.
all.
You saw a 7-foot shadow quickly illuminated in that area.
Oh. 7-foot shadow.
It's not often in life, is it, that you see the shadow but not the caster?
Okay, so silhouette. You see the silhouette in the
oh.
darkness of it. How about that?
Okay. It's
Cool.
not like a really stretched out rock.
No. This one, just for that brief look that you got, it was a large, solid silhouette.
Okay. A little bit disconcerted by seeing that.
Yeah, fair enough. I think most people might be. This is exactly what let out that roar earlier.
Oh.
Anything else from Lovejoy?
Hang on. I should have done this. No, I don't even have a rope. So I thought, surely I must have a rope. And I was thinking I should throw that across, but I don't even have one. And then we would have been into rope rules and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Was that a spell or a cantrip?
What?
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost?
Yeah.
The cantrip.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just spitting those out at will.
Yeah,
I'm just going to shake my fist like Grandpa Simpson and be like, you absolute monkey! You absolute swine!
And the animated cluster that's on the other side just is shaking its fist back, making these weird noises back at you in a language you don't understand. All right, it is their turn, and this time, out of frustration, the stone cluster that's standing in front of Biko, he's pointed you, he's shoved you, but this time he raises his fist and tries to bring it down into your face again. It has rolled only a 6.
Whew! Biko nimbly goes, yeah, out of the way, and remembers his AC is 13, which he's very happy about.
Okay, nice. Cool. And it just closes the distance. It is like face to face with you now. It is pushing itself up against you, hoping to try and just use some of its force to move you back. The stretched out one does very little other than try and grasp what's happening to it. It's calling out in a bunch of different words, and none of which you guys can understand, unless you guys know Primordial. I don't think any of you guys have picked that as a language. No. Gildan, the small stone cluster with the pouch in its hand, continues its movement across the room, and just launches, just with a hefty throw, the pouch into the darkness.
Fuck's sake. Well, it's got an arm on it.
This is going from bad to worse. You know what? Insurance. Not worth it. Go on, lads. We're getting out of here. File a claim and move on with our lives.
And you can just hear it go, guards it! Guards it! He yells out to the darkness.
The darkness of there.
The band The Darkness. Having seen Lovejoy try and attack this creature, it's got Gildan behind him, and it's got Lovejoy over on the sort of down below him a little bit on the other side of that ravine. He picks up a small stone and launches it towards Lovejoy. That is a roll of a 20.
Oh.
It was nice knowing Lovejoy.
Which I know. I know that's a hit.
What, a natural 20?
No, not a nat 20. It was with its bonuses.
Okay.
That is a roll of 7 damage.
6 plus 1.
6 plus 1.
Are you serious?
How much
I've only got
HP
7
have?
HP.
That is... That's what's happened. That's what's happened to... These guys are no more or less stronger than just level 1 goblins here. So, but that was just a good roll.
Cool. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the campaign. Glad
It was
I
a
moved
fun
my shit
one.
to the garage. Yeah. Fuck.
Okay, so that means... so it lands thud straight into Lovejoy's head, just smack.
It's
Just
like a big
temple.
rock.
That's like a relatively small stone, yeah.
Does Lovejoy make a noise as this thing comes out of the darkness and crumples into his temple?
It's nothing.
It's just here in the dark.
and then I guess the sound would be like if you've ever dropped like a whole 1 kg sack of potatoes on a concrete floor.
And just as he just lands into the ground.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Gildan. You've just
Oh
seen
my God.
You've seen this creature pick up and throw this stone, and you've heard like that crack of the hit and the thump of someone hitting the ground.
He's having a seizure.
Joke about that.
Well, no, but you did, so live with it. Now, there's a lot of shit going on. Gildan's looking back and forth. They've stolen my money, and now they've killed.
Last words.
They've killed Lovejoy, dead, stone dead, and I was just going to put the plank over. Okay, I'm going to say, please, P-Law, in our hour of need, please help us get that money back, and help my friend Lovejoy.
And you just hear in your voice, it's a bit dark in here, isn't it?
It's very dark. Please bring your light into this interior room, nature room. Here we go. Healing word. It's cast on Lovejoy for 4 HP.
Okay, great. No death saves for you yet.
Back in the game.
Yeah, Lovejoy, you sort of, you've just hit the dirt, everything's just gone black, and then just a moment and your eyes are open again, and you're just adjusting to the dark in this cave at this point.
Just so you know, Lovejoy, are you okay?
Oh, what's going on?
P-Law is to thank for that. His light is wonderful. Thank you, P-Law, for bringing thing. And any donations that you would like to make, I can take later on P-Law's behalf. I'm going to pick up... what? Is that a yes?
No, it was just grumbling. I think you're hearing grumbling.
An affirmative grumble, I can tell. Okay, and I'm going to pick up this plank, because that was a bonus action.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great. Oh, perfect.
And I'm going to bridge the gap, hopefully, with this plank over to Lovejoy's side.
Okay, great. You to the confusion of this cluster standing next to you, just sliding these bits of wood across and landing them down on the other side of this ravine. Anything else from Gildan?
No, apart from just so you know, I can't heal anymore.
Okay.
It's not going to happen. I've done it twice now.
Oh dear.
Lovejoy, because you don't have dark vision, all you're seeing is basically the light from Gildan at this point as well. So you're seeing this light moving back and forth at the top of the other side of the ravine, and you're hearing some wood being dragged across and thunking down next to you.
Get back, you absolute dogs!
He
thinks it's more violence coming his way, so he's
right.
Get back.
Biko, over to you. You've just been the thing's tried to attack you. There's been a bit of like a test of strength between you and this creature.
So Biko's heard his friends battling behind him, and he knows that they've got his back and he's got theirs, and he's like, yeah. And then as this animated stone cluster comes right up close to him, his dwarven heritage flashes to mind, and he remembers his racial ability of stone cunning, and then he's going to be like, Biko cleave, and then stab it again with his little dagger.
Okay, he's persistent.
He's pretty happy with the name of Biko cleave because it's a rock, so he's going to roll, an 18 plus 4 for 4 piercing damage.
Which is exactly the number that you needed to roll, basically. That 4 damage was exactly what this cluster had remaining. And whereabouts do you bring it down into this creature's body?
Into the part of the sturmonoscopy, just about there.
That's right. He is a failed physician, so that lines
right.
up. Well, that part of it just cracks open, and it ripples through all of the other stones that make up this being, and they all fall apart down onto the ground. And each of those little stones, just for a moment, a couple of droplets of this blue fluid seep out of each of them, and it's almost gone. It evaporates before you even get a chance to really understand what it was that you saw. But now, lying down on the step in front of you is just a collection of rocks that don't seem to be moving. The creature is dead.
Nice.
Any-
can he kick it just for shits and giggles?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
And then he's going to abruptly run down to meet his friends. Guys!
You run around to see the scene that has been described earlier. This kind of this flat step, and then these two wooden planks that lead 10 feet up and 10 feet across to this other side of the ravine. You can see Gildan with his candle in his helmet on the other side, and you see at your feet Lovejoy prone on the ground. Which it's Lovejoy's turn.
I think Lovejoy is now taking the situation with the seriousness it deserves.
It's what every DM hopes for.
I didn't say I was now finally taking it seriously.
Okay, that's
did
fair.
I?
That's fair.
I take it massively seriously, as you know. Some would say too seriously. And Lovejoy is now, like, knowing how close he came to death just then, he's going to cast Mage Armor on himself.
Oh, nice.
So I touch myself. Seriously, last 5 hours. Of magical force surrounds me, and my AC becomes 13 plus my Dex modifier, which I absolutely know off by heart. It is 1, so 14 now.
Okay.
Wow.
And the spell ends if the target dons armor, or if you dismiss the spell as an action. It lasts 8 hours. Okay, cool. Now, it is a spell. So what I'm going to need from you is a D20, because you have the ability for your magic to go wild on you.
Wild. Yeah. I'll roll that now.
If you roll a 1, we're going to roll on the table.
No, it's a 5. So
okay, this time
clear.
You are in the clear. Okay, great. Now, getting up from prone uses up half of your movement as well.
Yeah.
So
I'll do that.
Cool.
Yeah, and then with the other half, I'll just kind of trot over to Biko, and I'm still, you know, when you come around from like a head injury, you're maybe not super coherent, so I'll be like, hey, throw the stone at me, I'll hit the ground like a sack of fucking shit, and it's you're over there, and there's the growl, and they got my money still.
Biko's going to do the physician nodding and listening face for quite a period of time.
Okay.
Right, yeah. So anything you think I should do about my head?
It's probably more the shoulders, actually. Like, that's what the head sits on, so just stretch
Right,
them.
okay, I'll begin asking now.
Like that.
He's like, I remember
15
now.
each morning.
It is
You're gonna get another shoulder rub.
yeah, lucky. It is the creature's turn. Seeing Gildan move these planks, this cluster next to him is furious, and swings around with its fist. It has rolled a 16.
Oh, that's just a miss.
Yeah, and it just swings past Gildan. He's probably like still positioning some of the wood down. It just goes over his head, over the top of his head. Not even aware that it's even happening.
Does my candle flicker?
yeah. The candle flickers and shadows that sort of ripple across this area of the cave. The creature behind you sort of continues its run into the darkness. And and you can hear the crumbling of small rocks coming from behind Biko. That sound in the past has been you've sort of connected it to these little smaller stones rolling around. It just sounds like stones rolling on stone. Gildan, we're back with you.
I'm going to stand up and I'm going to attempt to pick up this one that's just attacked me. That I was not aware that it attacked me, but I wouldn't be surprised. And pick it up and just throw it into the ravine.
It's like it's 3 foot, so yeah. So we'll have to do
I'll shove it.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
If it looks too heavy.
Give us a strength throw.
Oh, nat 20 plus 1.
Okay, easy, easy. What do you push it? Do you kick it? What do you do?
I push it and I say, "Look, I'm sorry, but I'm just sorry." And I just push it really hard, and I suppose it flies to the other side of the ravine.
You push it, and it stumbles backwards down into the ravine, dropping the 20 foot as it hits the wall of this ravine before then hitting the shallow water and rocks beneath, doing a total of 2d6 damage. That's a 1d6 per 10-foot drop. And it just falls apart.
Oh.
So that is...
I'm sorry.
He's gone. That is dead. It's leaving you guys with the kind of alone, except for this weirdly shapen one that's still squirming next to you. It sounds like it's almost cursing you out. It's just that it's just the tone it's using makes you think it's cursing you out.
I don't believe it.
Anything else from Gildan?
I'm just going to yell out, "Are you okay over there? Come up. Walk over this plank. I'll steady it."
Okay, cool. Biko?
And I grab the plank.
Cool.
Nice. Biko's going to walk past Lovejoy and just put a friendly hand on his shoulder, but just then give it a little tweak just to make sure it's being a healthy shoulder. And then he's going to nip past him up to meet Gildan.
Can you just give me a performance roll on the on every time you touch someone now? I'm gonna ask for a performance roll.
Sure. It's totally somewhere. Oh, performance. Nice. Click it. Oh, he rolls a total of 17.
That's a legit.
That's 0.
Yeah. That's legit. To be honest, that feels good.
Oh, my shoulders not too bad actually, man. Ooh, good job, old son.
From
pretty
chiropractor.
Yeah, shoulders, man. 2 of them. Yep.
From your new position high up next to Gildan now, with your dark vision, you can see a bit more than he can see at this point. And you can see clearly on the opposing side of where you currently are, the northwestern corner of this cave room, you can now see that this intimidating form. It looks like one of the smaller stone guys, but double the height. It's like this 7-foot creature, and it's got one of its smaller guys next to him, and it looks like the smaller one is like playing, and you can now hear like the sound of like coins hitting stone, and it looks like you can make out that it's like playing with a bunch of coins, way more than what could fit in Lovejoy's little pouch.
Well, my pouch is not that little.
His tiny level 1 pouch. It's yeah.
It's a little shriveled pouch.
Biko will just point and drop his mouth.
Perfect. Any action? Was that the action you'd like to take your turn?
Yep. Yeah, Biko's done.
Lovejoy, back with you.
Lovejoy will attempt to get across this plank now to the other side.
Okay. It's an easy. Yeah, the fact that he was able to drag over a couple of these planks makes it nice and easy.
Right. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm still very angry about the stone throwing and the purse stealing. So in a fit of rage, I'm going to take out my quarterstaff, and I'm going to try and bring it down on this pole-shaped one to try and break it into bits.
Yeah,
Pole
please.
on pole.
Pole on pole action.
Yeah, that's what I've been billing it as.
Now you're
Tonight only.
you're only going by the light of Gildan's candle up here, so you're still you're only able to see this glowing blue pool in the middle of this cave and some sort of dark shadows up just past that, so you don't get to see the full extent of what Biko has seen. But give us a roll to hit on this pole, and give it with advantage since it is prone.
Great, I'll do that, and I'm proficient with my quarterstaff.
Of course you are.
And I can also use a two-handed to deal more damage, I believe.
Okay.
That's correct. That's a correct interpretation of the rules. It is a 15 and a 12, both with +2, so 17 was my best there.
That is a hit.
Yeah, well, get ready for this. Some bludgeoning damage. 4.
And
4 bludgeoning damage.
yeah, that's good. One thing I haven't been telling you a lot, but I'll let you sort of more informed of it now. Bludgeoning damage is really good. From what you've seen so far against these creatures, bludgeoning damage seems to hit the spot. And you bring that quarterstaff down, and it just shatters into smaller rock structures that built it up. And again, that same thing. Just there's just a little moment where each of them bleed this luminescent blue fluid that quickly just evaporates. It's very, very. I wouldn't say it's goo. It's not thick. It's not viscous. It's just like a little drop of luminescent, maybe blood, and it just evaporates into the air quickly.
Oh,
Rock milk.
Rock. It's rock
staff
milk.
down. You think you're hard? You think you're hard? And then, as he sees the luminous blue blood.
And from the depths of the cave, you can just hear, "Hard!"
I think we should get out of here, lads. I don't want to stay and find out what that is. You know, screw the money. Screw your 15%. I think we should run for our lives here.
There is a continuous sound now of these stone-on-stone sounds. And then for a moment, they what starts as like that rolling stone-on-stone sound, it turns into these stomps of heavier stone on stone now. And Lovejoy, you turn to sort of look back at the exit as you see 3 of these 3-foot creatures appear behind you.
Oh dear. We've bitten off more than we could chew here.
And
Rock and hard places of bullshit.
And then from the other side, even heavier stone on stone as you look towards the darkness opposing on the other side of the cave. And now appearing from the soft blue glow of that pool is the 7-foot creature that Biko had seen before. And it is holding this enormous, like 20 centimeter sized rock in its hands.
20 centimeters, isn't that big?
It's like that big.
Don't
that big.
tempt him.
No, it's not.
It's like that. What are
Like
you
a
talking about?
cannonball.
Well, I've got a measuring tape right
Okay.
here. Benefit of being in the garage. That's 20 centimeters there.
So yeah, so like that.
So it's a head-sized
A head-sized
of
rock. Yeah.
human head size rock.
Yeah, that he's holding within its hands, within its stony hands.
I've seen bigger rocks, is all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Don't tempt it.
Gildan, over to you.
Call that a rock? That is a rock. That 30 centimeter rock. Fuck. I'm just going to stammer for them to. You guys pull the plank up so they can cross the ravine. I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to say to, because I can see this thing now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to.
From your point of view, it's mainly being lit by the blue pool. Like a soft blue glow is filling its right hand side, and your candle is maybe just flickering a little enough to see some of its details.
P-Law, please save us and engulf this big 7-foot rock holding a 20 centimeter smaller rock in your sacred flame. I know you can do it. You're the best. And I cast Sacred Flame.
Okay, so what do we need? Dex save this time.
Yes, Dex save of 13.
It has rolled a total of 14.
You'd better luck next time, P-Law.
As you shoot the sacred flame, you can hear P-Law in your mind talking about how beautiful the light is that's coming off it, and it shoots into the room, and it gives you a much better. Now that you're seeing it, fills the room, and you can now see the piles of gold. Or coins. I don't know if it's all gold, but there's a bunch of coins up in that northwestern corner now. You can see one of the little rock guys sort of playing around in it, throwing them up into the air and trying to catch them with its big stone hands.
Oh, do you see that, guys?
But it looks like there's hundreds of coins.
Hundreds of coins. This could go a long way to paying off my debt.
That's a good point. And... why don't we take a 5-minute break here? We'll take a 5-minute quick little fiver. Take a 5-0. And we'll get back to top of the order after we take a 5-0. Lindenhood says 2/3 of a foot-sized rock. Just felt like translating that into D&D unit. That's I should have just said a foot. 1 foot.
Well, you led with it picks up this enormous rock, and then you went 20 centimeters.
To me, I wouldn't want to be hit. I think a 20 centimeter rock is something I would not want thrown at me. To me, that's enormous.
I wouldn't want like half a brick thrown at me either. But if you said to me,
which is why this is enormous
rock in that person's garden, and I looked at it and it was 20 centimeters, I'd go, "You're having a fucking laugh."
You did just die.
It's big.
You just died to something smaller than a 20 centimeter.
You did die from
at no point am I saying that the size equals. Yeah. Like a bullet isn't enormous, but you can be killed with that, can't you?
But imagine a bigger bullet, man. If it was a bullet 20 centimeters in size.
Yeah, like a cannonball, that would absolutely fuck you up. Absolutely. But again, I keep coming back to my point relative to all the things in the world that I see. If you said, look at that enormous cannonball, and it was just a regular sized cannonball, I'd be like.
Or if this whole cave was only filled with 10 centimeter large rocks, except for that one. That's 20 centimeters.
Well, no, because I've seen other rocks in the world. I'd be like, it's certainly bigger than all the other rocks in here. And I wouldn't want to be hit with any of these rocks, regardless of their size. Yeah. But I wouldn't say it's enormous.
I mean,
for a slash.
The creature holding it is bigger than it, so I guess that makes sense. I will just say a big thank you. We had like a couple of raids during that opening session as well. So thank you to TC Pool and to Natural 20s for giving us a raid. One with a party of 9, one with a party of 7. Thank you so much for that. Sorry, we are recording for podcast at the same time, so I don't tend to stop and thank until we have our breaks. But a thank you to TC Pool for following us, Starry Night for following us, Ham Wisen for following us, Natural 20s and Lords Icarus all for giving us a follow. And I love to see that people are still unlocking the trading cards as well, which is awesome. Just have a quick unlock, see what I get. I unlocked it. A DM card. That's me. So that's awesome. Let's just bring this back so we're chatting. Hopefully we'll have some new cards at some point. I don't want to lump everything on Shannon's shoulders because he's the only one on the team that can do really, really good art. So we'll try and find a way of doing some new cards.
We've already got some pictures, though, so we can use it.
True.
That goes a bit of a way.
That's true. That is true.
Making them?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. And then I need to figure out what we're doing for NPCs in the future as well, because I want to go back to having overlays for their faces. And normally I would, when we did Curse of Strahd, when we did Phandalin, I was able to use art that came with the books for the most part. So I'll need to find some new faces for that as well.
You haven't shown any rocks?
No, and I tried to use like Mid-Journey to create cool little rock guys, and it's just it doesn't do well. I found it really struggled with like fantasy creatures that don't exist, right? Because I assume these AI generation things have fewer like categories of art to steal from for things like rock creature. It was really fun. I was going to just use like a picture of one of the rock Pikmin, because I was like, that's kind of what I imagined with these guys, but without the eyes.
I was going to mention Pikmin whenever they die. You know, there's like this like a little Pikmin ghost comes out. It sounds like the little fluid almost.
Right. Yeah. That is actually pretty similar, but I can't give you any more information about what is happening with those little stones. Pericles is asking in the chat, is this an unofficial game adventure? This is all me. This is homebrew. This is the players and some of the viewers wanted to see me do some homebrew, so I thought, let's give it a go. I don't know how big this is going to end up. Maybe like 25 sessions, but I might also just be wrong, and it could last us 4 years. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I think everyone is, hopefully wanting to sign up for like 6 months or something, and 24 weeks of game sessions or something like that. So that's what I want to aim for. I think it would be similar.
The campaign is like 20 centimeters, right?
Yeah. I anticipate this being similar length to our Phandalin playthrough, if all goes right. But I'm also designing this as like story 1 of however many. So this will have like a start, a middle, and an end. But the idea is that hopefully by the end there will be hints of a larger story playing out in the background. So hopefully, if all goes well. I've got a lot of notes, and it's super cool. How's everyone doing in the chat anyway? I noticed that we've got quite a few people in there now. I think I saw XCat in there as well. XCat, I haven't seen you in the chat for ages. Thanks for coming along. Loving your art in the Discord. Everyone should definitely jump into the Discord and check out the art channel if you want to see more of XCat's art. I saw that he'd done his first character stat block, or maybe not first, but a new character stat block, which looked super cool. Maybe I need XCat to do some art for me for some of the characters that I'm creating as well. What else have we got here? Homebrew campaigning is my default for D&D. The established settings don't do much for me, and my joy in GMing is in world building and tailoring the game to the characters. That's, like I said on my prep stream yesterday, I find having a book written out that I can just open up and go, oh yeah, cool, this is the information I need to know, makes running a game really easy. When you also have to make that book, it becomes intimidating. That's where I'm finding the... I don't know if stress is the right word, but it's definitely it feels a little more difficult, a little more full on. But I'm also early into this. I'm hoping that by the time I've planned out a bunch of stuff, it'll get to a point where I've written enough that it just becomes easy. So here's hoping.
It could definitely be time consuming, but I thought that it was good because you didn't have to try and interpret what someone else is thinking and try and remember exactly what goes where, especially on a big adventure like Strahd. It must be nuts.
True.
It's bad enough on the little ones on Cthulhu.
Yeah.
If you're just making it up.
Yeah. And
it's in your head.
During my prep stream yesterday as well, the bonuses of that very, very specific thing sort of came up yesterday as well. I can so certain things I'm just like, oh yeah, I realized I don't have to stick to something in a very specific place and time and whatever. It's like, oh, that can be anywhere at any time, which is kind of cool. And I suppose there is the chance of doing that in one of those bigger pre-written campaigns, but you just have to know it inside out, I guess.
Yeah. You have to
is-
read.
Yeah, and I read a lot of Curse of Strahd, and still, by the time, that went for 3 years. And so by, the end of the second year, there was so much I'd already forgotten that I'd already read, 2 years at the start of the campaign. So, yeah.
Me too. I was struggling to remember week to week.
Yeah, there was a...
Why are we...
yeah. There should be less to remember. There's a lot of information that I've written out for the lore of this story, but I don't want to be one of those DMs that gives it all to you guys. It's up to you guys to find, and if you don't find it, it's all there. It should make motivations of characters make sense instead of it being things that you specifically have to know and remember. So I'm pretty
It's written underneath one of the rocks.
Yeah, you guys haven't been checking the rocks. Damn it!
Roll them all.
Yeah.
Is that a mallow puff?
Was
Or is that a mallow puff? Adam?
Mellow's mouthful now.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No. It was a Freddo frog
No.
Oh, was it?
since
Oh.
Christmas.
La-di-da.
Do you?
They're our official
look,
sponsor, I take it.
Yes.
I know we're at time, but do you guys? This is like a Mandela effect thing for me. I swear that Freddos used to just be. There used to be two varieties. One had strawberry goo and one had mint goo. And no one else remembers it. I can't buy Freddos like that.
I remember those little
Does anyone remember
skulls,
the
the
goo?
little skull lollies that had
I know what,
red in
yeah,
them.
I know what you're
Yes.
talking about, but
Well, there's also yowies, and
it's an Australian thing, isn't it?
yeah, and the koala. We got the koalas over here though, and they had strawberry.
Freddos to
No,
me
I
is
wouldn't be-
either just solid
won't be
milk
surprised.
chocolate or milk chocolate with that fizzy pop candy in them.
Yeah.
I've never seen a pop
No,
candy, but they had
just
caramel
used to
ones,
be
right?
Green peppermint goo or pink strawberry
yeah.
goo.
I don't remember those. at
I
all.
reckon I remember this.
Oh wait,
I remember
someone in
this
the
weird
chat.
strawberry stuff too, and it looked like strawberry medicine.
Someone in the
It's sort
chat
of a
just
milky
linked.
pink.
Here, let me send that in the video
yum,
chat
yum.
as well. Dairy milk Freddo with strawberry flavored Santa.
Oh,
Do it.
and it's available at the niche shop of Countdown.
Does anyone remember this thing that I can buy on
Very
Countdown?
boutique.
It's some
No one else
Mandela
remembers it.
effect, right? Widely available in our largest supermarket chain. Cool story, Adam. All right, look, I think that's about 5 minutes. Isn't it?
I mean, yeah, it's a good time to get back. Let's get
Do
back
they have the
into
mint
it.
ones?
Don't know, but they have Freddo birthday cakes that you can buy, ice cream birthday cakes, and Joe and I saw them a few months ago, and we're just like, we don't often buy desserts. We just bought a Freddo ice cream cake, and we just ate the whole thing, and it was just not worth it.
my
It was
God.
garbage, but
Yum.
it satisfied that little child craving within me for just buying it. I think that satisfied.
Was it Freddo's head or his whole shape?
No, nothing. Wasn't shaped like him at all. It was just it was just a cake.
Frog.
Yeah.
It was anatomically correct. Yeah. Yeah, eat them from the.
Random Origin says, though primarily available as solid milk fingers, certain versions, this he's quoting, certain versions of the product have a cream, caramel, or other scented flavoring. These include dairy milk,
Cream.
white chocolate, rice crisp, strawberry, peppermint, crunchy, pineapple, and popping candy. So there you go.
Okay, thanks for doing my research for me. Right, perfect.
exotic ones.
Pericle says, turns out the Freddo chocolates are molded in the shape of Nelson Mandela's face. That's the real Mandela effect.
Don't know about that
Right.
one.
Right, back to Kalderra.
Yeah. Let's cut that out.
Okay, Biko, you have heard a bunch of stone on stone now, and you look behind you down at the landing, and 3 of these smaller creatures are slowly closing in, and behind you a larger 7-foot one is closing in. And you've just been instructed to pull these planks of wood away from this gap.
Requested.
Requested.
Biko's going to flash his eyes up at Gildan and see that twinkle of intelligence in his eyes and know that's a brilliant idea. Yeah, guys, we're going to die. And he's going to spend some time extracting the logs back up onto their little sort of plinth of the bastion of safety, he's going to call it mentally. And if he has time, he's going to whip out his torch from his backpack.
Oh, yeah.
Is what?
He's got a torch in his backpack. He's going to whip it out and light it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Torch it. And he's just going to talk in panicked voice to himself for the next few seconds. Oh, shit.
Okay, let's give you some bright light emanating from your token, I guess. What sort of is it 20 feet? What is the torch distance on the light? Bright light in 20-foot radius, and then dim light after that. So let's give you 20-foot bright light. So that should have hopefully helped your view there. And you're all, this is, I think, Lovejoy now, that's giving you enough light to really see what this creature is that's in this larger opening of this cave. And obviously the planks have now, thanks to Biko, they've been pulled over. There is now a gap, a 10-foot drop and 10-foot across gap between you and the opposing side of the ravine. Lovejoy, it's over to you.
And there's no wooden planks to pull back across anymore. That job's completely done.
Biko's done that, yeah.
Okay. Oh, we find ourselves in a very sticky situation. I think we need to figure out a way out of here. I don't, because I can see this thing now, right? I can see this large looming thing. I don't like the chances we've got against such an enormous abomination. We need to be getting out of here. And Lovejoy's going to start to gingerly move. How do I get down? Is this down or is this up?
This is down, and it's not so steep that you need to make any sort of rolls to get down. There's just a bunch of different layers, and it slowly drops down to the point where the water is about 30 feet down. So it's steepish,
right?
But nothing that's going to need a roll.
Okay, I think I'm going to try my maximum movement around the edges with my hands up, going. You keep the coins. You keep all the coins you want there, me old mucker.
Okay. Whereabouts are you going to move sort of
just
down?
There.
Okay, cool. You're sort of dipping into the darkness. You're stepping around. You can see just slight shapes of the stonework around you now, thanks to the blue glow of the pool next to you, and a little bit of the torchlight coming down from Biko. Anything else? You haven't done a specific action. Are you wanting to ready a dodge or something?
I didn't know you could ready dodges.
That's just ready an action, and that action can be a dodge.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. I think what I'll do is because it looks like hide is an action as well.
Okay, yeah.
So I might just have a look out, because there's a cave, right? There's lots of crevices and rocks and places that could hide. And I think I might, if it makes a sort of a darting move towards me, I think I might just drop myself into a little hidden cranny.
Okay,
nook.
Give us. You might as well give us a stealth roll now, just so we can sort of see how well that would play out.
It would be my absolute pleasure. Oh, this is going to be a real letdown, coming from what was my stealth as Morley, plus 13 or something. I couldn't possibly fail. Oh fuck! It's a 3+1 for 4.
Okay, we'll take that into consideration moving forward. The stone cluster guys move forward. They don't seem to be throwing or raising their hands, but they're just sort of making their way onto that platform at the opposing side of the ravine. And they're just looking up at Biko and Gildan. The larger creature, is
Kills
just gonna.
us.
The only one that he can see that was moving down into this area is Lovejoy.
The well-hidden one that is like plastered up against the wall.
He's got heaps of health too.
He moves the stone up into one of his hands and just points over in your direction and shouts something in this deepened voice in this language you don't understand. And it just like launches the stone in your direction.
Don't worry, it's not
The one that
very
I
big.
spent 5 minutes talking about how fucking weak and pathetic and flimsy it was. That one. That's
Not even enormous.
Okay, it rolled a total of 7. So you are okay. Ooh. This rock just thuds down into the stonework next to you, and a small bit of it splinters off. And you just sort of realize, as small as that rock was, Adam, as small as it was, it would have done some probably some serious damage had it landed on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, bullets tiny, but boy, they mess you up. So absolutely, you'll not find a bigger proponent of small things can do lots of damage than me.
Gildan, over to you.
The good news is though, is that because you made such a point of talking about how enormous it was. I mean, comparatively, it must have really stood out. So there can't be anything as big as that lying around again. So he's used his prime bit of ammo up.
Actually, he does have some movement left in him before, and he does move over to the cave wall and like goes to dig his hands into the cave.
He moves away. He's going to find a bigger rock.
Gildan.
Such thing. No chance. Nothing's bigger than that rock.
Gildan yells out to Lovejoy, "Throw it back at him!"
So it's small, just throw it.
Okay, because the twinkle of intelligence lights up Gildan's eyes, as he has an 8 intelligence. -1.
Fantastic.
But he has seen the money and is imagining what it can do to change his life. So he starts to slide down the bank, following Lovejoy. Doesn't realize he was trying to hide, I suppose. Because
He did such a shit-ass job of it.
and also getting away from those other rocks, because we're really getting squeezed in there. And is going to pray again to Pelor. Please, Pelor, let me get that money. And he does sacred flame. Flame like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range, which is 60 feet. And they must do a dexterity saving throw.
That
of 13.
Is a crit fail. That is a nat 1.
So he takes double damage, is that right?
I'm not sure that's how that works. I don't believe
8 radiant damage.
8 radiant damage. Okay, great. That's what does the sacred flame look like?
Well, it is. I'm imagining it's gold, and it's descending. It's a flame-like radiance descends. So I guess it comes down just from above it and starts to lower down, flickering with holy golden light.
Nice. So yeah, that does 8 radiant damage. To
Yes,
the creature.
Pelor. Know it.
And it doesn't stop it from doing whatever it is it's doing, but it just lets out that as it sort of burns in some way onto its back.
Pelor has blessed my quest for that money.
Anything else from Gildan?
No.
Biko, back with you.
All right, Biko's gonna finish lighting his torch from the last one, and he's got all the wood out of the way, and he's finished muttering to himself, and he looks around and sees that his friends have gapped it again. Oh, guys! He sees the monstrosity, which is like double his height, and the menacing stone clusters to his right, and he's just gonna gap it. He's gonna dash, and he's gonna run up to where his friends are. right up next to Lovejoy. And as he goes past Gildan, as he's carrying this torch, he's just gonna be like, because he's bringing the light. He doesn't say it out loud, but
That's nice light. That's a good light.
So you probably only used your standard movement to get there. So you've still got an action, or you could just keep running. You can just keep running into the. That's up to you.
From Vico's current vantage, what does he see? Is there a way out?
Oh, you're
Just
looking.
stone walls all
Okay,
around?
you're looking for a way out. Good question. Give me an investigation roll. We can use your turn to investigate the surrounding areas, and wherever it is that your torchlight hits.
Vico scans his eyeballs with a total of 12 plus 0 for 12.
You're pretty certain that there's nothing in the current area around you. Like the wall, you're sort of got your hands up against the wall, just trying to find for something, and you stop for a moment, and you can definitely feel the breeze coming in from, just a gentle breeze coming in from the area you came in through, but it seems to be heading off to the western direction.
Oh, just like the smoke from your torch. going
Yeah,
that
like
direction.
you're looking at the flame of your torch has kind of been pushed off to a
It's
certain
exactly
area.
like that movie with Gary Coleman as a Boy Scout, and he's gets stuck in a cave. The cave collapses, and he has to lead the rest of the Boy Scouts out. And he follows the smoke.
Okay, it's exactly like that. Same height, character, same everything.
Excellent.
Okay. So yeah, Biko, you believe there's some sort of exit off to the west of this cave. You don't know what kind of extent that is, how big it is, if it's even going to be big enough for you to get into, but there's some sort of way that air is exiting from this cave.
Okay. As he nips past his friends, he's like, guys, we've got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here. And he's going to finish his dash to end up about maybe there somewhere.
Cool. Lovejoy.
Yeah, hearing that, Lovejoy is like, that's the first sensible thing you've said all morning, Biko. And then he's going to hightail it after him. Where can I get to? Into the darkness. I can get to about there. And is that terrain that would be... I could do that? I could get to here just fine?
Yeah, absolutely. None of this is going to require any kind of climbing.
Okay, and as I kind of run past, I'm glancing at in the direction of the creature, and I'm like, no more rocks! You keep the money, son, that is all yours.
Okay.
And yeah, Lovejoy makes it over there. And then I guess what I'll do is I'll have another go at like sussing out a hiding spot.
Yeah.
Since I'm in a new location now, and I wasn't very successful last time.
Jumping from shadow to shadow. Give us a stealth roll. There we go. I'd say that
14 this time.
that definitely makes you maybe not invisible to the creature, but definitely less of a target. You're going to be less noticeable now, tucked away in the shadows.
Would you-
Total of 14, 13 plus 1.
14. I'm gonna yell back to Gildan. Don't worry about the bloody money.
You haven't seen my debts.
Okay, Gildan. Actually, no. It's the what I call the monstrosity's turn as he's digging his hands, both his stone hands, into the wall, almost like punching away, trying to break off a chunk of the wall, and it's echoing throughout this cave, just every thud, and you can just hear this cracking of stone as it turns around with a 25 centimeter sized rock, even bigger than the last.
Ginormous.
But it has spent its turn basically breaking this rock off, so it's
My God.
going to be over to Gildan now.
If I move to the south, can I hide behind this? Can I get some cover behind this
Yeah, we
log?
can. We can. Yeah, you can definitely get some cover in behind that. That'd bump your AC by. It'll give you half cover, so bump it by 2.
Two. Okay. Please, Pelor, give me that money.
I mean, unless you want to, if you want to go prone, behind it, it will give you a boost of 5 to your AC.
Well, I'm gonna shoot and then
Okay.
go prone.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Give us a roll to hit.
Okay. Well, it's actually has to do a dexterity saving throw of 13.
We can do that.
It's the same golden light.
It is a roll of 18.
Boo!
As he avoids the sacred flame dropping in down behind him.
Damn! I duck down, and my candle pops up over there.
So you're just prone now. So we're going to give you a boost of 5, I guess.
Yes.
Biko.
All right. Biko's going to head towards the fresh air on the other side of the pool, and it's going to gap it between his friends, and he's going to leave the light with Gildan because he knows that Gildan will appreciate the light.
Thank you. He just throws a torch.
I mean, Gildan does already have a light, but that's cool.
And Biko's going to ready a dodge because that noise terrifies him. There's like a size of half a Biko projectile nearby, which he's pretty stressed about. Guys!
Yeah, I will just say, Gildan does have a little torch on his helmet that is giving him some light. So it's up to you whether you give it to the person that has light or if you want to help someone hidden in the shadows instead. But you don't
give it to the man hiding in the crevice.
Biko's going to offer the torch to Gildan, and then based on what Gildan does, we'll either...
Thank you. I'll grab it, and so I'm now just holding the torch. I'm the most conspicuous target now, obviously. This will be
You're like
in
one
handy.
of those guys waving at an aircraft. You're like waving around with these lights.
Peel's going to love this. And,
Yeah.
will help.
Stay ready!
Okay, cool. Give us another investigation roll, Biko.
Because Datty eyes zoom around, not following each other for some reason, and rolls a total of 10.
And it's maybe because the eyes were going in different directions. You're not really seeing anything in this area as well, but you are scanning it all now, and you're seeing this creature holding this rock. You're seeing the smaller stone cluster that's just ignoring you, playing with just hundreds of coins up on the corner there. And the best thing again is that the only thing you're looking back over at the torch that you handed off. And you can see just the little candle on the top of Gildan just waving a bit more to that west as well. So you know you're heading in the right direction. Lovejoy.
Has Lovejoy cottoned on to where this exit is, or supposed exit is?
That depends. I think has Biko said anything out loud about what he's... Yeah, he's told you that there's something off to the west. And so I'd say that Lovejoy would understand.
Okay. Well, Lovejoy's just going to keep on heading in that direction then. Hang on, let me measure first. Measure twice, cut once. That's what they say, isn't it?
It is. I don't know if that's about D&D, but
is it about here?
you could go that far.
Yeah, is that where the exit is?
Well, you don't. Oh, all Biko knows is it's off to the west somewhere. So he doesn't know exactly. He hasn't found.
He's going to point in the general direction.
Yeah.
And so on the map, like I actually can't see the creature, but can Lovejoy see the creature in the pool or around the pool?
No. All you
I don't
know
want to
is
obviously run directly into it.
The creature is on the far on the opposing side of this pool than you are, but over in the shadows. That's where the sound of it like snapping off extra stone is coming from. All you know is it's on the northern side of this cave, and that's it's too dark over there for you to see.
All right, well, I'm going to hug, because it looks like this is kind of a wall area, a walled off area. I'm going to hug the perimeter and just go here. And obviously, let me make it abundantly clear to you, Dungeon Master. I'll be looking out for this creature, and if I hear or see any trace of a monster, I'm not going to run into its gaping.
Of course, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't. You definitely know that following this sort of clockwise around in a circular motion, it's going to eventually lead you towards him. You know that much. but you're probably not much closer in this current position than you were previously.
Perfect.
If you want, you can give me... actually, there's not going to be... We can give you an investigation roll with disadvantage. You are standing in a lot of darkness at this point, thanks to not...
I'll take it. I'll take any roll I can get.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's a 6 plus 4 for 10, and a 13 plus 4 for 17, so 10.
Okay, we'll take the 10. You can feel the breeze sort of like moving past you a little faster at this point, like it's coalescing at a point to your west. That's all you're really getting from
The breeze is coalescing.
It's coming in from all different directions and coming into that specific point around you. It's probably, is that the wrong word? It's like
It's a pretty good word.
No, it's beautiful.
Thank you, Adam. It was a beautiful word.
I never said it wasn't. I just repeated it just to make sure I understood what you meant.
Congealed.
Look, I personally, I wouldn't use coalescing for.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But you knew what I meant, though. That's the best thing, is if you can use a word and people just know what you mean, then that's perfectly cromulent.
A vortex. Mega howler.
Bigly.
Yeah.
Bigly good work.
Anything else from Lovejoy?
Dodge.
No.
Or shoot.
No.
Okay. It is
You haven't done an action, have you?
Well, he did the investigation,
Is that it?
which is an action.
Spend your time investigating.
This creature is looking out at the three of you at this point.
And dies.
Love shop.
I'm gonna. It's not a hugely smart creature, so it is basically just gonna pick a random target. So I'm gonna roll a d6. 1 or a 2 will be. I'm just gonna go left to right here on the screen. So 1 and 2 will be Lovejoy. 3 or 4 will be Biko. 5 or 6 will be the flickering light coming from the tree stump. And it is a 3. This creature winds up and just launches this rock in Biko's direction. It has rolled a total of 6.
Oh.
As it splashes down into the pool in front of you.
Isn't that Biko's AC? What is Biko's AC?
Thankfully, 13.
Yeah,
13,
he's fine. So with it splashes down into the pool in front of you. Water splashes up, and it seems like this pool is pretty shallow. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of water in it because you can hear that stone just thud, and it is it's kind of like a lot of the water in this area is completely stagnant. So it splashes into the water and just hits stone at the bottom. So it's very, very shallow pool.
Do we get any splashback on us? That's a very important question.
But long.
No, there's no. Well, actually, Biko, can you give me a perception roll? You might be saying, why a perception roll? Because there might be something you can perceive from that splash.
Click. Oh,
all right,
Biko rolls a 16 plus 3 for 19.
There's a good roll.
This time, both eyes just track on the same target like a pro.
Yeah, it's like
looking,
it's
hearing.
like slow motion watching that stone traveling through the air and just coming down in front of you, splashes, and you can see this pool has been sort of glowing a little blue, just really subtly, right? And as the splash splashes up into the air and you expect to be sort of hit by some of the water, you notice that little droplets just evaporate into the cave air.
Guys, the water's funky.
I can smell it.
I'd say maybe a little bit of water does land on you, but it's none of it is glowing blue. It is just the stuff that evaporated, sort of had the blue in it. Gildan.
Same thing, please. I go through my pleading my god Pelor to help me. I do Sacred Flame.
Is this a cantrip or it's got to be
Yes,
a
it is.
cantrip? Yeah.
Cantrip.
7. It's a roll of 7.
Oh, okay. So, thank you, Pelor, for radiant damage to that rock thing.
Oh, nice. Sorry, my mouse was going a bit funky. Okay, 4 radiant damage. Again, this thing screams out, but doesn't really show any sign of of breaking apart at this point.
This money's going straight to the church, Pelor.
And you can just hear just a reminder of those coins being played with by the smaller creature. Biko. Oh, sorry, was anything else from Gildan?
I go prone again.
Back into pro. Okay, cool. Biko.
All right, Biko's gonna see Lovejoy knows what's up, and he's gonna follow him and run up just a little bit in front of him. And then, as he's seen that rock come from the animated stone monstrosity with his dark vision, I think he can see him there.
Yes, yeah.
He's gonna get his little dagger and be like, "Biko, dagger throw!" and throw it at the animated stone cluster.
Okay, give us a roll to hit. How many daggers does Biko have?
Biko's got 2 in total, and expertly, he's rolled a 2 plus 4 for a total of 6. So potentially 1 less dagger now.
Yeah, it just lands. You've thrown it at an angle because he's about maybe 10 feet higher than you just because of the slope of this cave, right? And the angle that you throw it, it just kind of just like meets the angle of the stone and just like slides up against his foot. Just against his foot.
Biko's just gonna look behind him and see if Lovejoy saw that.
Well, Lovejoy can't see into the darkness, so it's like, all he sees is your throw. He's like, all right.
Good. Yeah, take
Over
that.
there, is he? Is he over there? Is he? Did you get him? Did you get him?
Oh, of course.
Lovejoy.
Oh, am I any closer to this coalescing of the air currents?
We haven't moved.
Do I know? Have I figured out the exit?
Just
No,
you
but
know,
now that I'm here, obviously.
yeah, like it's heading sort of towards your west at this point now.
My west.
Yeah.
Go west.
Okay, so I must be.
Sorry.
The Pet Shop Boys, wasn't it?
No, it's the band. Go west.
Go west. It's in the Pet Shop Boys.
Don't they
Go
I feel like they
west.
did like a go west as well. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
true.
Sorry.
We close our eyes.
Well, if it's to my west, it must be like I must be right next to it.
No, it's just because there's not much light here at the moment. You're reaching out, and there's another step up from where you currently are.
Oh. Okay. Can I clamber?
Yeah, you're gonna have to with the lack of light. So
Roll for clamber.
no, we'll just say it uses up double. It's like difficult terrain. It uses up double your movement. So while it's only going to be like
No
5
bloody worries.
foot of movement, it uses up 10 foot of movement.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll climb up to this level here then.
Okay.
Level 42.
We're going to do another investigation with disadvantage. You could really use a light at this point, that's for sure.
Gonna smoke.
If only someone had given me one on the travels.
Don't worry, I've got them.
Gosh.
Biko was like
Actually,
watching
do
you,
you know
just
what
like clambering up these things with your hands out in front of you like a blind man, like feeling against the walls.
Biko's enjoying
Do you
it
know
more
what I've
than
got
you
in my bag? I've got both a candle and a lamp.
Okay, so you're doing this to yourself, really?
Yeah, I'll take out the lamp.
Okay, cool.
Bright light in a 15-foot radius.
Bright light, 15-foot
Once
radius.
lit, it burns for 6 hours.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
Wow.
if I had a genie in it, that'd be fucking good.
You light that,
Bottle.
and takes a little moment to adjust your eyes for this room, and you can now see a little bit more of what's happening, and you can see just piles of coins being played in just to the north, just a few, like maybe 20, 30 feet up away from you now. Just the light is basically almost getting to it and lighting it up. And give us an investigation roll. We can check for this exit.
Right. Check for the exit hole.
Mm-hmm.
I've not at disadvantage this
Not
time,
at
right?
not at disadvantage, no.
Feel. Jesus Christ. That is a 5 plus 4 for 9.
Okay, that's actually okay, because with the light in your hand, with your proximity to it so close, you can see now that there is a sort of a gap in the walls, just a little bit up, sort of a step up and to the northwest of where you currently are. And while it looks like it might be a tight fit, it would be big enough for you to crouch down and squeeze into.
Spelunking.
Yeah, you've got no idea where it could be going, other than the breeze, just that gentle breeze is heading that way, and that surely means there's a way out.
Does it smell
It smells
any
like
certain way? If I smell the hole?
it's,
Isn't there a thing that
Smells like
in
an
caving,
Yeah.
in caving, you can tell a lot about a hole whether you should be crawling into.
okay. Well, I don't know too much about the real life art of smelling exit holes, but I will say that it smells very similar, very very musty, very like bit of dampness coming from within there as well. And now that you're like putting your face up against it and looking deep into it, you can see just vague little glows of blue, just really gently, similar to the pool behind you.
Any light at the end of the hole?
Not yet. Not
If
that
I
you
like,
can
lower my lamp down.
not
I
that you can
like,
see there.
I
It
can
looks
see like a pinprick.
It does look like it is trending in an upwards direction, from what you can see.
All right, I'm gonna turn back to Biko, and I'm gonna yell out, "Biko, tell Gildan I found the exit hole. I found the exit hole."
And it just
Because
echoes
I'm gonna-
around the cave. Exit hole.
Found the exit hole. Exit hole. Exit hole. Exit hole. Exit hole. Exit hole.
Because going
And
to point
I'm
to
gonna squeeze
both of
myself.
them.
Oh, you're going to squeeze
I've
into
got 20 foot of movement left, so I'm gonna squeeze myself into the hole
Yeah. Okay. It is an incredibly tight fit.
with my lamp.
Yeah. It's that kind of tight that is going to make it certain parts of it quite hard to breathe. Like you might have to breathe in, push through an area before taking your next breath. That's kind of the tightness of this exit.
And you're putting on your best pants.
It sounds a lot like spelunking.
It is a lot like spelunking. The monstrosity just turns and just digs its hands into the wall again, and just starts smacking and cracking away at trying to break another rock. And the entire cave system is now vibrating and echoing with every punch into the wall. Gildan.
Damn it. I've heard about this exit hole, which I'm pretty sure is the technical term. However, is it ready to throw that thing
Not yet, no. It will be on its next turn.
in its next turn? Yeah, so I'm staying put for just this moment. I'm going to put my head up and do the same thing, okay?
Okay.
So I know that you're with me, Pelor. You want that money for your church.
And just in the back of your head, you can hear, like, it could be brighter down here.
Yeah, I got an extra torch, so please
He's rolled an
take
11.
it into account. An 11.
Yeah.
That's a hit for 4 radiant damage.
Okay, great. What can you really see? What's your vision like?
Well, apparently it's getting lit by this pool.
Yeah. There's enough of the light coming from it for you to be able to target, but you're not seeing enough detail of what these attacks are doing to it. But it does scream out once more. Anything else from
In a
Gildan?
good way, or?
No, it's not like having a great time.
But it's in a pain, or
Yeah,
like,
in a pain
okay.
way. Yeah.
Apologies. No, there's nothing else.
Okay, Biko.
Biko's just going to look to the north, and a few feet north of where he is, he's just going to see if that's a gold pouch with gold on it.
It is. There's a little pouch that you can see like 20 feet away from you, on just one of the steps up from where you are. That looks just like Lovejoy's pouch.
All right. Biko's going to put his head to one side and yell over at Gildan, "We gotta go! We gotta go!" And then he's going to dash north nab the little pouch like the little cheeky guy
Which
is,
can be a bonus
and then,
action. That's totally fine.
and then spin back around and scooch in next to Lovejoy in the little hole.
Okay, great. You managed to. It's a bit bigger for you thanks to your height. Width-wise, it's still a pretty tight fit, right? And you managed to squeeze your way into there as well. With your dark vision, you can see a bit further in, although Lovejoy is kind of blocking the majority of your sight. And you can see the moss on the walls, and you can see certain cracks. And you pass one little area of
You can certainly see.
The only crack you can see is Lovejoy's.
you move past one part.
Did I mention my character wears a kilt?
I found the exit hole.
Oh!
You really are trying to force your way in there.
It's a really tight fit.
You pass one part of these rocks because you're facing one of the walls, and Lovejoy's facing one of the others. You pass one spot, and it's too small for you to. It's just a small opening in the wall now that you can just see in, and there's just a light blue glow, just filling this other room on the other side of this cave, this crack that you're looking into. But you continue your way through. Lovejoy, you've just had someone climb into your exit hole.
There's two boulders here that I'm trying to move apart. I'm just going to be... Because I don't know about the retrieval of the person at this point, sorry.
No.
I'm just kind of going to be scampering and scrambling through this tight cavity.
Okay. Cool. You continue on your way, leaving the sounds of the cave behind. You can hear that the echoing of the stone being pummeled by stone, and you can hear that Biko is now scrambling up behind you.
Yep.
Okay. It is
That's what's happening.
the monstrosity's turn, who turns around. He breaks off another one of these stones off the wall, and he turns to see Biko just darting, just like squeezing into this hole, and he just launches it towards the back of Biko. And we're not going to do a roll to hit because you managed to get in before it hits, but it just thuds against the opening of this exit, and little bits of stone break off from the exit as well, making that just a little tighter now. Gildan, and he goes back again to start pummeling against the wall.
Gildan is going to stand up, which uses half of his movement, does it? If he's but then he's going to dash to the other log and hide behind that.
Okay.
Flat.
All right. Biko and Lovejoy, I'm assuming you guys are just continuing on. Is that, we don't need to go back to your turns unless there's something specific you wanted to do or see?
Biko
I think
just
the only thing I'd do is be yelling back to Biko, is Gildan with you? Is Gildan safe?
and Biko will hear that and then do that.
What's he?
Yeah, so Biko will be like, Gildan, come on, it's dangerous, deadly in there, man.
And you can hear, Gildan, you can hear that echoing through out of that small crevice and bouncing around the cave that you're in, muted only by the pummeling of stone on stone from this creature, trying to loose another rock. And it just spends its turn doing that again, breaking off and holding above its head a large stone. Not enormous, just large.
Okay, large. I'm going to give it another go.
Oh yeah, another cantrip.
Perhaps foolishly, but this is what he would do.
It has rolled a total of 20 this turn.
Oh my god. Okay.
Anything else?
Hide.
Just hiding again? Okay.
Behind this log.
All right. The monstrosity this time is just holding the rock above its head, and it's looking around, trying to see what it can see. And it's all it's got in its view now is this flickering light from behind this tree. and it just drops this rock underneath its arm and just carries it by its side as it starts walking its way down towards that flickering light.
Oh, but it is a slow.
It's a slow walk. He gets down there, and you can, Gildan, you're crouched behind, and you can just hear those footsteps getting closer and closer. That heavy stone on heavy stone, and he's just going to do a strength roll here. It's just a 12. You can feel the log that you're behind, like it's trying to be lifted up. To see what's sort of like behind it. But because it's got that stone in its hand, it can't get a good grip, and that tree sort of like, that log lifts a little and then slips out of its hand, and it puts the stone down on the ground and goes to grab the log with both hands. And now, Gildan, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. So it's put the log, oh shit.
It's got its hands under the log now, but it hasn't lifted it yet. It's like it's going to try again.
So its face is right. I'm going to smack it in the face with my mace.
Okay, cool. Give me a roll with advantage. I don't think it's going to... This is kind of a surprise attack for it.
Mace in the face. Oh, a 9 total, because I have a +3.
Oh, yeah.
And a 17 total.
The 17 is a hit.
Okay, so what's the damage on this thing? 1d6 plus 1. 5.
And is that bludgeoning damage, is it?
Yes.
Well, it's vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. That does double damage as you just lift up with your mace into its face. And it gets launched up with the weight of that mace hitting it, and its head just cracks in half, and 3 little droplets of blue splash down onto its chest and evaporate, when the rest of it just ripples down, breaking it into a bunch of smaller stones as it crumbles down behind the log in front of you. It is now in a bunch of different pieces, each of which have fallen into a dead state.
By Pelor's light. Thank you, Pelor.
There's like a moment where there's like a bit of a scream that comes from the sort of northwestern of this cave, and you look up to see this smaller 3-foot stone cluster just like freaking out, screaming away in this primordial language, and it just goes and it busts down into little stones, and they all just scatter. They all just like scatter across the room as a means of escaping this section of the cave, leaving this part of the cave now very quiet and very empty, save for you and your Lord Pelor.
Pelor, let's go. I'm going to run over and start to shovel golden coins, whatever I can get.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you're going to be able to carry. Basically, once you get up there, you can see it's not just coins. There's a few other little things that are there as well. You see the small little golden locket with a painted little portrait inside. You like pick it up and pop it open. It's got a little portrait inside, and you can put that in your pocket. That's probably worth a good 25 gold pieces, you think. There's a embroidered...
I'll do the appraising of any antiques or oddities around here.
That's fair. That's fair. An embroidered silk handkerchief that you can just quickly put into another pocket. There's a small gold bracelet that you just quickly roll onto one of your wrists. 2 potions of recognizable instantly as potions of healing that you chuck into your bag, and then you're just left with like it wasn't just hundreds of coins. There's thousands of coins here. There's you're looking at it, and there's silver, there's copper, there's gold. It's mainly silver and copper, but you think total here there's maybe about 370 gold pieces worth of coins here. You think just gold pieces, probably about 110 if you were to leave the silver and copper. I don't know if you've got anything big enough to be able to scoop this all into. But let's say you open up your bag, drop your bag down onto the ground, and just start like scooping armloads of these coins in. I'd say you get about the equivalent of 200 gold pieces scooped into your bag, and you're looking at the other coins and you're thinking, if only the others were here. But they're so well gone up the exit hole now. That maybe it's just too late. And then, just as you finish grabbing the rest of those things, the rest of the coins that you can, 3 of these stone clusters, or you can just hear them. You just know that they're there, up here at the top of where the ravine was, and they're screaming out. You can hear one of them scream out, "Form up!" And you can just hear the rubbling of stones, as you can only imagine that they're now forming into what was already in this cave before.
Oh, okay. I'm going to. My heart's beating faster, and I'm just going to drag my backpack up onto my back and jingle jangle my way back to follow down the exit hole.
Give me a strength roll.
Okay. 7 + 1.
Okay, it's not you manage to get into the exit hole, but you're pulling at the bag. You're pulling at it, and it's so filled with coins and your belongings now, and it's really hard to get a hold of and pull into the cave with you. And it takes you a couple of minutes, and just as you manage to bring it in, it reveals another one of these monstrosities that is just starting to sprint across the cave to try and get to you. And you manage to bring yourself and your bag into the sort of exit hole, and make your way across in behind, and you can see just off in the distance, now silhouetted by this external light shining down on both Lovejoy and Biko from outside, you can see them silhouetted against it. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Biko! Lovejoy!
I was so worried about you. I was on the verge of going back. I was. 10 more seconds, I'd have been back down there.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's like having a biscuit or whatever, just having some of his rations.
A biscuit? A cup of tea. No.
So then that's it. That's us for tonight.
Ooh.
I thought I would wrap it up a little bit early because I know that we do have a very hard deadline for Adam of 10 o'clock. So, and that's...
Yep.
We're going to live by these rules. It's just what it is. So hopefully that was good.
It's nice to be compact anyway. It doesn't matter.
I agree. Actually, I think with
what the reason is
the sooner that we get we start quicker. We have a smaller break. I think it makes up for any of the later starts and earlier finishes. Yeah. So it's totally cool. I thought I didn't know how long this part was going to take. I had built in a bunch of extra, not fat, but stuff to help sell a bit more of the setting that we're in for after this, which I've got all ready for next week. So that's great. There's less prep that I need to do for next week, which is great.
Nice.
Yeah. That was awesome. So it
was enjoyable.
I'm glad. What we were saying in the break, Shannon, about the joys of homebrew was this map didn't specifically have an exit, but I kind of thought, well, if you guys don't go back up out the way you're coming, then you're probably going to look for an exit. And that, thanks to Homebrew, can be anywhere I want to make it interesting, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other than just having...
You can't tell us that, though. To us, it needs to be...
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, I mean, too far.
No, I mean, this is just some of the things I was thinking while doing the prep. Then I prepped, so that exit was always there.
The geology tables are all done. Surveying is complete.
Yeah. So I was just kind of looking at the map and actually seeing where would be a good believable part. And
and pretty close to danger as well. So we had to get close to the danger instead of just...
And the temptation of the money and stuff
direction.
like that. It's like having that exit right next to the money, being like, ugh. So I love that Biko ran and grabbed the pouch. I love that you managed to defeat the guy with a great move at the end. Up until about 5. Actually, up until you pulled out that move, I thought you were just going to leave it alone. I thought you were going to run for it.
Probably would.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was awesome. Nice. Really happy with that. How did the chat enjoy it?
And that's the end of the campaign.
That was it. That was the whole thing. Thank you guys so much. I don't know why I called it Kalderra's Call, but
we've got a lot of money.
It's the name of this cave, right?
It was.
You should have called it the Enormous Rock.
Look, hindsight. I know.
Mystery of the Enormous Rock. If you ever publish it,
Yeah. yeah. Cool. I'm really happy with how that all went.
Yeah, we're still in a cave by the sounds of it.
Yeah, for now.
Dead next time.
That's
doesn't
Squirreling
happen
up a little crack, a seam.
yeah.
Burrowing into the cleavage.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll
Lovely jubbly.
cleft.
Did Gildan happen to pick up Biko's dagger?
Oh yeah. That's if it was gold, I would have.
No.
Anything I could carry that was gold. Yep.
We may have to retcon that in if we want Biko to have any weapons. Do you have anything else, or is it just those two daggers?
So Biko's got 2 daggers, and this is the one that he throws.
Oh,
So
right.
that hit the monstrosity's foot like a while ago, but he didn't go pick it up, so all good. But he has another one which he'll whip out later on.
Do you have anything else?
He's got a bow as well.
Oh, okay, cool. So you can; those are ranged as well. Those are good for.
Oh, they...
Yeah, only
You don't
stab with the
expect
bow
them
and
in
arrow.
melee, so...
It'd be amazing if you like. Yeah, if you drew. You always were drawing the bow and arrow and just stabbing it at them.
Yeah. The ancient unbow technique. Yeah. Biko would try that for sure.
Awesome. What I just want to thank as well before we wrap up for the night. Just our list of patron supporters as well. So big thank you to Cappuccino, Lyndon Hood, Andrew Mitchell Moore, John Scully, Squished, Joe, Carl Zone, Drop Shadow, QSD, Waffles, George Friend, and The Foolish Fool. Thank you all so much for being part of our Patreon and making sure this happens. And all of our Twitch support, Twitch subscribers as well. Every time you guys subscribe, you get a big thanks and a big shout out as well. So thank you guys so much for your support. That means heaps, and
Thank you, patrons.
means we can make stuff like this campaign as well. So I've already spent money making sure we have tokens and art and a bunch of other bits and pieces, as well as our subscription
Maps.
to like Sirenscape and D&D Beyond, which I'm building everything in as well as our subscription to Roll20. So yeah, you guys, your support actually goes to make sure that this can happen in a satisfying manner. So thank you so much. And we'll call it there for the night. Don't forget to jump into our Discord and come say hi, or check out our previous sessions on YouTube. And if you want a really cool shirt, maybe we need a new shirt at some point as well. Here's a link to our merch. And guys, thank you so much for playing. I'm glad that it went the way it did.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
All right. And we've got a new thing just for everyone else. I've got a nice, good thanks for watching screen instead of just doing the hard cut. So thanks for everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. See ya.
Ciao.
See you